The Trivium and Bullet for My Valentine scandal, Primal Fear return, and Metallica literally shakes the earth. Metal is live and well, so let's see what keeps it going today. Here you go. The Prodigal son, Zakk Wylde. In a new interview, Zakk Wylde confirmed that what is supposed to be his main project, Black Label Society, will return to live touring. But not earlier than in 2026. And for now, all of his focus stays on Pantera's Celebration Tour and his another side project, Zakk Sabbath. But at the same time, Wylde reassured his fans that the band is being active right now, saying that the singles The Gallows and Lore Humongous, which are already out, are just the beginning, and more is on the way, as apparently the band is constantly working on new material and recording it in his home studio Vatican, which at least for now they intend to keep releasing in a very modern way, in a form of singles and standalone videos, keeping the band alive and in the news and building up anticipation for a grand return next year. Sometime in 2026, then it's time for the Black Label to hit the road again, so we'll throw that one in high gear, promises Zakk. And we all hope that he will keep his promise. And we'll hear more and more new music from Black Label Society, which I don't know about you, but I am actually much more excited than about a possible new album by his other band. Here guys, just super quick, wanted to point out that only around 30% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed to this channel. So if you're not one of those, and especially if this is not the first video you're watching here, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing right now. Let's continue building this amazing heavy metal community together. Metallica causes an earthquake. Metallica kicked off the US tour with a concert in Blacksburg, Virginia. And on it, they literally shook the earth. According to the Virginia Seismological Observatory, not one, but two earthquakes happened during the Metallica concert. Both of them were recorded during their show at Lane Stadium, and both tied to the band's classic hit, Enter Sandman. One spike happened during the teased intro, and the second, much stronger, during the actual performance of the song. The observatory, which is located over a mile from the stadium, confirmed that the tremors were caused by synchronized jumping of over 60,000 fans. And all because this song is a very special one for all of the Blacksburg citizens, as Enter Sandman is the song that Virginia Tech's football team, the Hokies, used to take the field, which the band of course knew of, and which they did use at that concert. After which the crowd simply gone crazy. So yeah, now it's official. Metal literally shakes the earth. And here, a huge shout out and a thank you to all my patrons and all of the YouTube channel members, and everyone who purchases Metal Pilgrim merch to rock out at metal concerts this summer. Honestly guys, your support means the world to me, and if not for you, this channel would never be able to exist. So in case if any more of you are able to and would like to join our Patreon and channel member community or get some Metal Pilgrim merch, I'll be more than happy to ship it anywhere across the world. And all the links to do that would of course be in the description to this video. Trivium and Bullet for My Valentine scandal. Well, what was meant to be one of the most exciting co-headliners in the world of metal in 2025, the joint Poison Ascendancy tour between Trivium and Bullet for My Valentine, just blew up in spectacular fashion. and not in a good one. The whole thing began with a ton of hype. Both bands were set to celebrate the 20th anniversaries of their breakthrough records, Ascendancy and The Poison, with a massive run across the United States, Latin America, Europe, and beyond. And that's the way it began, and it was a total success. Until something went wrong. Things took a weird turn when the fans noticed that upcoming shows, especially in South America, suddenly vanished from most of the ticketing websites. Without any announcement.
Let's start right out. Hey, what happened?
And that's when it blew up. First, Trivium bassist Paulo Grigoleta publicly blamed Bullet for My Valentine frontman Matt Tuck, calling him the reason the tour was falling apart, saying that he's the sole decision maker of the band and he has absolutely no respect neither for Trivium nor for their crew. After which, Bullet for My Valentine took a couple of days of rather awkward silence until issuing the statement of their own, saying that they have nothing but respect and admiration for Trivium, but now is the right time for them to divert their full attention toward the next chapter of Bullet for My Valentine. So yeah, what was one of the most exciting tours of 2025 is now officially dead, and it has died right in front of the loyal fanbase. And while afterwards Matt Heafy of Trivium of course shared a more peaceful message, thanking fans for their support and saying that there is no bad blood between Trivium and Bullet for My Valentine, and even promised to continue honoring Ascendancy with new dates, just this time without Bullet for My Valentine, still the Poison Ascendancy tour is now officially over. And here's the thing, I saw Trivium a couple of years ago and they simply rocked live. So I can't even imagine how disappointed this drama and this scandal has been for all of the diehard Trivium and Bullet for My Valentine fans. And at this point, both of these bands better release some kick-ass new material to at least somehow calm their fan base down. Alice in Chains Scare. Alice in Chains have officially cancelled all their May 2025 concerts due to the health issues of their drummer Sean Kinney. The band also issued a statement saying, after careful consideration and following the advice of medical professionals, we have made the decision to cancel all our upcoming festival performances and the Alice in Chains headline shows. After that, adding that Sean's health and well-being is of course the band's main priority, and although his long-term prognosis seems pretty optimistic, the issue he's faced with does require immediate attention. Then, on May 15th, Sean Kinney himself personally addressed the situation with a message that was honest, emotional, and very Sean. He thanked the fans for their support, acknowledged the disappointment of last-minute cancellations, and then went through his 5 stages of grief. From "I'm totally fine" to "F all this!" ending it with a very encouraging statement. The good news is that I'm going to be fine and I'm going to live. The bad news, for some of you, is that I'm going to be fine and I'm going to live. So yeah, at this point, whatever it is, let's just all wish Sean a speedy and full recovery. Your drum kit will wait, and so will your loyal fanbase. Lemmy lives. Lemmy Kilmister, the eternal icon of rock and roll, has just been honored a statue in his birth town of Burslem, England. And I only have one question about it. How the flip it was not there yet?
Thank you. Did you like that?
Fans, local officials, and Motorhead fans from all over the world gathered to unveil the tribute, which immortalizes the Motorhead frontman in full badass glory. And let's be honest here, Lemmy definitely does not need a statue. We all remember and love him either way. But still, it's really cool to have one. And even cooler that in front of the statue there apparently will be a museum of Lemmy and Motorhead, which will become somewhat of a place of pilgrimage. For all of the Motorhead and heavy metal fans. And here, as a die-hard Motorhead fan who have been listening to this band for pretty much his entire life, I just have to point out that I simply love the whole fact that Motorhead's legacy continues living even today, 10 years after this band ceased to exist. And I am extremely happy to see new generations of Motorhead fans appearing around the globe and enjoying a true and real rock and roll made in the way it was always intended to sound like. And here the time has come for your favorite part of the video, a part in which we discuss 5 latest metal releases from this week, which are definitely worthy of your attention. Lorna Shore returns with Oblivion, the lead single from their upcoming album I Feel the Everblack Festering Within Me, set for release on September 12th via Century Media Records. The track, spanning over 8 minutes, showcases the band's signature blend of symphonic elements and deathcore brutality. And lyrically, it addresses environmental degradation and humanity's disregard for sustainability. And here's the thing, I never really was a Lorna Shore fan, but this might be the band's first track that I really dig. Canadian death metal veterans Cryptopsy have unveiled Malicious Needs, a new single from their forthcoming 9th studio album, An Insatiable Violence, due out June 20th via Season of Mist. The track is accompanied by a very provocative music video, which you should definitely not watch together with kids, that delves into unsettling human desires, aligning with the band's reputation for pushing boundaries. Dutch symphonic rock band Within Temptation collaborates with Ukrainian Eurovision contestant Jerry Heil on Sing Like a Siren, the song that blends Within Temptation's classic musical sound and Ukrainian folk elements, using a traditional Vesnyanka melody to convey themes of resilience and guidance. And by the way, my full and very long and extensive interview with Sharon Denadal of Within Temptation, in which we of course talk about Sing Like a Siren as well, is already available for all of the channel members and will soon be out in the public on this channel. So definitely do not miss it next week. Former Nightwish vocalist Tarja releases Circus Live, a live album and Blu-ray recorded in Bucharest in 2020, available via Ear Music. The performance captures Tarja's dynamic stage presence and features a selection of her greatest hits, offering fans a comprehensive live experience, only in front of their TV screens. Finnish melodic death metal band Before the Dawn presents Fatal Design, the second single from their upcoming album called Flare Eternal, scheduled for release on September 5th via Reaper Entertainment. The track explores the internal struggle between light and shadow, reflecting on the desire for control amidst chaos. Frontman Tuomas Saukonen, known for his work with Wolfheart and Dawn of Solace, continues to deliver emotionally charged compositions that blend melody with intensity. Definitely a must-listen for every fan of the genre. Queens of the Stone Age in the Catacombs. Queens of the Stone Age have just announced a Live in the Catacombs, an audio-visual release set to drop this June 5th, capturing the first ever concert in history performed in the legendary Catacombs of Paris. The set, recorded in summer of 2024, is as stripped down as the venue itself. A haunting, atmospheric performance surrounded by millions of skeletal remains buried since the 1700s. So basically in the most metal place on earth to give a concert.
Metal. Pretty metal.
Frontman Josh Ohm explained, "We're so stripped down because that place is so stripped down. It would be ridiculous to try to rock there. That space dictates everything." The performance was granted a special permission by the city of Paris, which to this very day not many people understand how the flip that was possible, as there were a lot, and I mean a lot, of bands who were trying to obtain that permission before the Queens of the Stone Age. But you of course know that if you follow our Metal Digest regularly. But nevertheless, the band promises that both the album and the film are going to be a very introspective and haunting experience, shaped entirely by the unique underground setting, which by itself is more metal than the Queens of the Stone Age music could ever be. But nevertheless, this is exactly what makes it one of the most anticipated and really interesting releases of this summer. David Draiman gets down with the sickness of love. Disturbed frontman David Draiman took a break from Fire and Fury on stage to drop a different kind of bomb. A marriage proposal.
Everyone having a good time?
During the band's concert in Sacramento, Draiman surprised fans and his girlfriend by proposing right in the middle of the show. She said yes, the crowd went wild, and for a moment, pure metal joy filled the air. And no classic Disturbed breakdowns were even needed for that. So on behalf of all the Metal Pilgrim community, congrats to the happy couple. And also a huge congrats to the Bumble app on which they met, because this is literally the best possible ad for it you can ever imagine. Primal Fear returned. Primal Fear just unleashed their new lineup live for the very first time, and now it is safe to say it. This eagle still screams. On May 9th, 2025, German power metal veterans Primal Fear debuted their revamped lineup at the Rock in Valentine festival in Germany, thus marking their first live performance since a significant lineup change in August of 2024, when, just a reminder, pretty much everyone left Primal Fear in one day, as guitarist Alex Bayrod and Tom Naumann, drummer Michael Ere, and bassist Alex Janssen all departed the band. Until the new lineup, in addition to the vocalist Ralph Scheepers, also includes Magnus Carlsson and Talia Belazeka on guitars, Andre Hilgers on drums, and of course the legendary Matt Sinner. And here we come to the most important part for all of the Primal Fear and heavy metal fans, as this show also marked the very first show of the legendary Matt Sinner in over 5 years, after the many health issues which this power metal legend has encountered. And it is extremely great to see Matt on stage once again. So yeah, it looks like Primal Fear are officially back, and now we all are of course waiting for the new studio album from the band titled Domination, which will be released this September 5th, and which, given the first single, which is by the way already available, and seeing how great this lineup is live, might actually be a worthy contestant for an album of the year. But anyways, what new music did you listen to this week? Please let us know in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Please don't forget to like it, comment under it, spread the word about the channel, and of course join our communities on X, Threads, Instagram, Facebook, Discord. What else is out there? Pretty much anywhere you can post content. Oh, in case you don't know, the vinyl record in the background here is not here just for decoration, but rather as a reminder that this Invincible Shield alternative cover vinyl record signed by all of the Judas Priest members can be yours for a donation which can save someone's life. So if you haven't watched my latest Judas Priest video, go ahead and watch it, and the link for donation would of course be in the description to this video. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and we will prevail. Slava Ukraini!